Welcome to Team Better Together Nation, our weekly call. My name is Catherine Dodd. I'm an executive area manager in Greenville, South Carolina, and myself, as well as Allie Grambling, who really is the all-star of this call, is we're just going to train briefly on Instagram, whether it's a platform you're using now or not. We'd love to share with you about how to better use it and how, if you're not using it, how it can help take your business to a new level. So I'm going to let Allie go ahead and get started. Allie is an area manager out of Warner Robins, Macon area, Georgia. And Allie, why don't you take it away?
Hey everyone. I apologize for my speaking and teaching is not as wonderful as my Instagram skills, so hopefully we can all get through my talking together. A little bit about me. For a full-time job, I actually run a social media account that brings in $1 million worth of revenue a year. So that's super exciting. Like, it's my job. I'm on my phone the whole time. It is blood, sweat, and tears to grow this Instagram account and to grow this business to the level that I feel extremely proud of. I do not claim to be a professional or to have all the right answers, but I'm just going to kind of speak from my heart and what has really helped me grow a business account, as well as adding in the personal side to it. So first and foremost, if you don't hear anything from this message, like, hear this. If you don't have an Instagram, get off this call when it's over and make one. It is a free resource that can hugely affect your business. And it's free right now, but it might not always be free. So combined with that, use hashtags. Unless you have an account that's over 10,000 followers, you should 100% use hashtags. And when the call's over, I can like put a lot in a comment to just kind of show you some examples that you should be doing in regards to Arbonne. But hashtags are what make you relevant. In like searches, other people will be able to find you because you're tied to Arbonne. You're tied to a vegan lifestyle, healthy living, entrepreneurship, life by design. Like, all of these hashtags that you want to brand yourself with will help you grow your following and help you grow your business. So that's just like a side note. Like, if there's nothing else, take those two things away. But first, I want to address something that's like really hard for me and something that I struggle with every time I go to post on Instagram. It's fear. It's fear of what other people are going to think about my post. Did I make it creative enough? If I'm posting a photo of myself, are they going to think I'm conceited because I'm posting this? Or the fear that I need to wait. I need to wait until I've lost 10 more pounds. I need to wait until my skin is cleared up. These are all lies, and we just need to like forget them. People follow you on your Instagram account because they want to see you. They want to see what you post. They want to see what you have to say. I really I always ask myself all the time, I'm like, oh gosh, I don't want to blow somebody's feed up with my life. I don't want to post on my feed and post on my stories. Well, why should I worry about that? Because that person chose to follow me. They made that decision. I'm not forcing them to read my post or to even look at it. I'm not forcing them to click on my IG story page. So I encourage you to cast any doubt you have and post away. Post with whatever liberty you decide you feel right. And we'll go into that later. But I just really want to challenge you to just leave your fear and use Instagram as an outlet to promote your business, to promote yourself, to show off your family, et cetera, et cetera. So Catherine's gonna, one other thing on that topic, on posting regularly. Sure, you might lose a follower here or there, but the majority of people see growth the more consistent that they post. So if you are posting once a day or once every other day, you're more likely to see growth than you are to see decline. I like to use another, I think she's a nation now, Catherine Terracina. Her Instagram handle is Lifestyle with Cat. When I started following her, she was just an Arbonne consultant, and she had not even 1,000 followers, and now she has over 9,000 followers because she's consistent. She posts daily. She's relevant about the product. It was just such a testament that it works with the consistency. But Catherine's going to kind of give you a breakdown of how to do it.
So I don't testify or like claim to be a social media guru. It is not it's not like something I have a background in. I'm technically still a millennial, but I'm not really. I'm like barely a millennial. So Instagram was pretty foreign to me. Facebook was kind of where I knew some information, and I remember Caroline Stevens talked about Instagram stories that I never posted them before, and I was terrified, and I just did it, and now I'm addicted. To me, social media is like the epitome of the greatest copycat wins. You don't have to be original, but you do have to be yourself, because the people that follow you, especially if they know you in real life, they'll know whether or not you're posting a picture of your hand or not, or your kitchen or not, or your body or not. So that's one of the things that I thought was super important to talk about, because not everyone is as talented as Allie is at making these like beautiful posts. But Allie makes these beautiful posts. So if you follow Allie, and I recommend that you do, all you have to do to copy someone's image or their story is you like hold the picture down until all of their information goes away, and you screenshot it, and then you have it. So like that's one way to copy people's posts and then repost them when it's a relevant time for you. Another way to the greatest copycat wins is I understand how hashtags work. If I was interested in learning more about Arbonne, I'd click on the Arbonne hashtag, and then every single person that I posted something hashtag Arbonne, it's going to come up in those little squares, and you can click on different pictures that you may like. It's a great way, like Allie was saying, to stay relevant and to get new followers. How do you decide what hashtags to use? Copy someone else's. You cannot actually copy and paste, but you can write them down on a piece of paper, type them into your notes section on your phone, and then all you literally have to do is copy and paste them to your picture or to your comments afterwards, so that you're not wasting time every single time when like hashtag healthy lifestyle, hashtag healthy, hashtag fit fam, all these things that may be out there. And if you don't know what hashtags to use, Google it. That is like, if you ever have a question, I always say Google it. So I literally Googled like most popular essential oils hashtags before the last time I posted something about essential oils, copied and pasted those, copied and pasted them into my Instagram account, and then was able to just kind of like get rid of the ones that I didn't want, like Young Living. I don't want to hashtag that. I want to hashtag Arbonne. So I'm going to give an example of greatest copycat wins. So this, bear with me as I make my phone like visible to you guys. So this is, when she's talking about Lifestyle with Cat, this is her little picture right there. Will somebody nod their head that y'all can actually see this? Okay. So this was her post. I wake up, and while I'm feeding my kids, I'm like having stories go. And if you don't know how that works, I'll kind of explain it to you later. But she posted this picture, and I thought, oh, that's so cute. And then you click on this little play sign, and it takes you to the Arbonne post. So what I will also say, if you're ever going to post something or repost something, if it is an article, if it isn't a video, you need to read it or watch it before you post it. Don't just go blind posting something that is risky. But so I did the same thing. I just made it myself. These are my words. This is something that I would say. But I didn't have to think of the idea. Like that's the best part, because I don't have margin always in my day to think of the ideas. Oftentimes I really like following people that are great and do pretty things, because it is visually pleasing to me. to follow someone that does cute things. So this is what else she posted. So it says Tizzy time, and this was actually a boomerang, which is where the image would bounce like back and forth between an image. And I just thought this was cute how she did this. So I wouldn't normally screenshot this. I just kind of in my mind think, oh, the next time I do a Tizzy, this is how I could post it and it would look real cute. But it would be what I was actually drinking, and that would be my countertop. She posted this today too of her like sweet sleep well spray. So I do this with all people. I do this with Allie. I do this with Rachel. I do this with pretty much anybody that I follow that does Arbonne. Anytime they post anything that I like, I screenshot it. So another example of greatest copycat wins. Rachel Anderson, who's on my team, she's such a doll. This is something she posted. Allie, did you make this image or did Rachel? Okay. So see, greatest copycat wins. This is on Rachel's, but Allie made it. It's about drinking your greens. Something that I've been wanting to do is try that green shot that like people, I would say everybody's doing it because if you're following a lot of girls in Arbonne, that's what they're doing these days. I'm not just gonna randomly go post this picture. That's another great tip. Don't now get off this call and go screenshot 100 images and just like pop them onto your story, because people are gonna swipe away, which means they say ignore your story and move on to the next one. You really want to come up with like some thought behind it. So I want to do the green shot thing. So what I'm going to do is at some point do the green shot, and then I'll post that, beautiful image afterwards. So that way, if someone doesn't, watch my video of me talking about the shot, maybe they're listening with the sound off or like watching with the sound off, then they can read about the greens afterwards so they know it relates. It's really confusing if you think of someone as a consumer audience for someone to bounce from a greens post to join my team to healthy living to I don't know, another picture of fizz information. I really try to not overwhelm my consumers, if you will, like people that are following you or may come along. I try to have it flow like a natural flow of my day. Like these are the things that I do. I use like almost 40 to 50 Arbonne products every single day, but I don't post about every single one every single day because that would be really annoying and really weird. So I just try to highlight a few things each day, but it's also super important to work in who you are as a person. So this is something that I share with people when I'm talking to them about the business. When they say, I don't want to be one of those girls. Great, don't be. I do not want you to be, because that is bad for the Arbonne image. I am not Arbonne, but Arbonne is a part of me. I talk about my husband. I talk about my kids a lot because they're adorable. I talk about, if we're traveling somewhere, if I see something really beautiful, if I'm wearing a new outfit or find something else, all that we do, I recommend other products just like I would, recommend an Arbonne product. So you really want to work those things into your story or to your timeline or to your feed, whatever social media account you may be using, because that's super important, because you want people to want to look at your story. So I'm going to give you some like practical application, because I do know not everyone on this call has an Instagram or like understands Instagram, because I did not until somebody taught me. So on Instagram, if you're going to post, it comes up in your feed. That's just terminology. These little dots up at the top are considered your story. So I'm Catherine E. Dodd, so you can go look at my story, and then to click through somebody's story, you tap it. If they are not digging what you're saying, they're going to swipe away, and that moves on to the next story. So like, how do you post to your story? All you do is go to your picture, you click on it, you pick an image. I'm gonna pick, so I boomeranged Allie while she was talking, okay? So the boomerang is where it literally goes back and forth, back and forth. Isn't she adorable? So then you have these options up here at the top where you can do the little face is where you like add stickers or what they call GIFs or GIFs. I don't really know how you pronounce it. It's like where the stamp or image moves. You can add Like I could draw on it. Or I could actually like, write something with the alphabet and you can change the font. And I just really encourage you guys to play around with that. Maybe the first time you post it might take you 30 minutes. But don't spend too much time on this. Do not overthink it. It lasts for 24 hours in a story. Okay. So it's not an end all be all. And if you really, really hate it, you have the power to delete it. What I'm going to answer Karen's particular question about highlights. So highlights are like within my profile, I have these little dots. They're the highlights. And I went through a bunch of Arbonne consultants and found someone who had already paid for these images or made them themselves, screenshot them, and I use them for my highlights. I have family, beauty, inspiration, 30-day detox, Bo, which is our dog, food, travel, opportunity. You find something that works for you that, melds with your life and what you need. It's nice that they all look alike. I do encourage you to find something that is similar. Don't get, an image from one girl and an image from another because that would just look weird. But how you get that picture is like when you go in here and you'll hit this new button, and then inside of new, your highlights will come up. Well, no, that's gonna make like a new tab. But if that's what you want, so I'd make a new highlight. So if I was making a new 30-day detox, you could do that. And then within there, you just click like there's like a 3 dots, and you'll go like edit highlight. And so like within my highlights, I can go. These are the ones that are already there, but I can hit archive, and then I can add to my highlights like throughout this thing. So Karen, you were saying you only want that picture to be the first thing you see. You get to choose which picture is your cover. But my cover isn't actually until like later into my highlights. This is my family one. Because you can pick from stuff behind. If I was super OCD, I could delete all of those things and only do the things afterwards. But it's pretty common, I would say, that people's cover photo is later than the stuff that they posted. And that's really not a big deal in the world. It's more important that they all look alike and are visually pleasing. So I think that was everything I was supposed to talk about. So greatest copycat wins. I don't profess to be an expert, but I'm pretty good at taking something and either making it look like myself, or somebody may post something and you can like erase their words using like the like color option, and put in my own words. I think that's super important. I'm not really like, it's not my generation to call somebody a babe. Totally normal for other people to do it. It would be weird if I did it. Like that would be weird if I all started saying that. So like if someone says something that I wouldn't say, I erase it or I cover it with other words. And I think that's super, super important. Don't try to become Kylie Grambling. There's only one and only. There's only one and only you. Like be you. And if there are any more particular like how-to questions, do not hesitate to ask, because you don't know until you learn. So like don't be shy. Take it away, Allie.
Okay, so I'm gonna just follow up what Catherine said, especially like about strategy. Honestly, the Instagram algorithm, which I'll talk about in a second, is just kind of messing up everything. So definitely utilize your Instagram stories, because 75% of your followers are seeing your story, where only about 10% of your followers are actually seeing your feed. Now, it is still important to post in your feed, but definitely like utilize those stories. And I just think another huge thing for me is consistency. I could post about RE9 a year ago, and I could post about it tonight, and I may reach a couple more people that I didn't a year ago. You just never know when the right timing is for someone, or someone doesn't happen to see your post and they see it around. So just be consistent. We all know that saying yes to Arbonne was a lifestyle shift. And, whether you were an athlete, or you were already, you're a dietitian, or you're a stay-at-home mom, or anytime, anything. I think that our Instagram should reflect our lifestyle of Arbonne and what Arbonne is. You don't have to, like Catherine says, like, don't shove it down somebody's throat, but like get creative. Like Arbonne can be subtle in any post. Now do not have your feed full of before and afters, you drinking a protein shake. Like it should not be that, and that. But like if Catherine posts a picture of her kids, like what a blessing it is to be a stay-at-home mom because of Arbonne, you know? Post the selfie in your vegan makeup. Do post the before and afters. Do post the joy in the journey. How you're being active, and that's the kind of lifestyle like Arbonne promotes. It doesn't have to be like, oh yes, like let me say Arbonne 10 times and it's the greatest company ever, which it is. It can just be like, just super creative, like how it's geared to your lifestyle and your family. So that's definitely a big deal. Make it a lifestyle. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. Okay, so the Instagram algorithm. Anyone who knows, especially as like an Instagram related business, knows that the algorithm has shifted from, it used to be chronological. So you saw everybody's post. Well, now it is completely engagement based. That's why I asked all of you to put your Instagram handles in the little posts in our groups today so I could go follow you. So how the engagement algorithm works is my post is more likely to show up if it gets likes and comments quickly. Now, I know everyone's not sitting around like waiting for me to post, but if you see my post come across your screen, like give it a like, give it a comment. That's what's so wonderful about this amazing group is we encourage one another. We build each other up. Like Catherine says all the time, a rising tide lifts all boats. What an example we can be for each other by